Alright, it's time. It's time. What some of y'all have been waiting for. Time to learn how to play chess. I warn you all that I will probably not be very good. Why is this not closing? Hold on. Let's get chess.com or whatever it is. Oopsie. I closed it. Put the controller away. Oh. You are starting out. It just... What's the website? Chess is so hard. Chess.com. It is chess.com. Let's go back to just chatting. Is there a chess, let me check. Is there a chess category? There is. What is your chess experience? I don't know how to play.
Hello from Sweden. Want to learn from one of the most popular chess YouTubers?
No, I don't think so.
Gotham Chess here. I'm the internet's chess teacher. Who else could you possibly pick?
Want to be coached by the highest rated chess player in history?
Yeah, I think I can show you all this now. Asking me to pick a coach.
Hi, I'm five-time U.S. champion Hikaru Nakamura. Ready to learn some chess?
I am Vishy Anand, the five-time world champion. Nice to meet you.
I've commentated on the best in the world. Now I'm here to help you play like them.
Want to spar with a chess boxing world champ? I'm your man.
Recognize us from YouTube? We'll make you a better chess player.
I don't know.
Want to learn from chess.com's chief chess officer?
Hi, I'm Coach David. I'm here to teach you all about chess.
I don't know any of these people. I do know Hikaru.
I'm the right choice. I'm one of the most famous chess players in the world.
I'll pick him, I guess. Which board fits your style? Ooh, the pink. I kind of like the wood though. I think I want the wood. Oh no, skip. 1 free week of premium. Unlimited. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. Let's do a lesson, I guess. Live on Chess TV? Which Chess TV? Let's do a lesson.
Let's start with the king, the most important piece in the game.
Okay.
The king can move one square in any direction.
Right King, are you good at chess? Can move one square. Okay.
Drag your king to capture the star. Nice. Now capture the next star. Keep it up. One more star to go. Good job. Now you know how to move the king.
Okay. Thanks.
Next, let's learn how to move the queen.
Okay.
The queen is the most powerful piece. It can move any number of squares up, down, sideways, or diagonally.
I don't like the sass he gives me. There's a chess tutorial? What do you mean? Of course there is. Wow, you're a natural. I am at best an amateur. I know the rules. I don't really know the strategies. Our goal is 200 elo. What is your elo, Snow? Like 600?
Use the queen to capture the star. Exactly. Now move the queen multiple times to capture the star. Keep it up and capture the last star. Good job. Now that you know how to move the queen, let's learn about the other pieces.
500, 550? Oof. Woof.
Time to meet the rook. It can move any number of squares up, down, or sideways.
Up. Okay.
Can you use the rook to capture the star? You got it. Capture the next one.
Why was he so excited?
Great job. Capture one last star. Excellent. You're picking this up fast.
I don't think I like him.
Next is the bishop. It can move any number of squares diagonally.
Okay.
Use the bishop to capture the star. And the next one. Last one. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Amazing. Now that you know how to move the bishop, there are only 2 more pieces to learn.
Am I allowed to say I've been trained by the Hikaru now? That's my teacher.
This is a knight. The knight moves in an L shape.
Why'd he... Did you hear that? He's aggravated. I'm aggravating him.
The knight is the only piece that can jump over other pieces.
What? Why?
Try moving your knight to capture the star. Take a few moves to capture the next star. Nicely done. One last knight capture.
Not me getting stuck. Wait.
Well done. Let's keep moving.
Okay, thanks.
Last is the pawn. It moves 1 square forward or 2 squares on its first move. Try moving the pawn 1 square forward. Great. You start with more pawns than any other piece, so understanding how they move will be key to your game. Try moving the pawn 2 squares on its first move. Good. Now you know how pawns can move. Pawns have another quirk. They can only capture diagonally.
What? Why?
Move up and then capture the star.
Okay.
Nice. Pawns are the only piece that can promote to any other piece when they reach the other side of the board.
Oh, for real?
Move to the end of the board and select the queen to promote your pawn.
Why does no one do this when I'm watching them? Wait, what?
Looks good. It usually makes sense to promote to a queen since it's the strongest piece. Pawns have a unique ability called en passant. If an opposing pawn moves 2
En
squares and
passant.
stops beside your pawn, you can still capture it.
En passant. What?
Capture this pawn en passant by imagining it had only moved 1 square.
This pawn en passant.
Nice capture. En passant is somewhat rare, but it will come in handy eventually.
En passant.
Now that you know how to move your pieces, let's go over some chess basics to help
Should
you
I
play
take notes?
confidently.
Now, what? Let's go over some chess basics to help you. Okay.
Capturing your opponent's pieces is key to gaining an advantage. Here your queen could capture this pawn, but what if a rook is protecting this pawn? You could capture that pawn, but the rook would capture your queen right back. Instead, the other pawn is unprotected. Go ahead and capture the free pawn. Nice. It's always great to capture a piece for free. Choose a pawn to capture. Make sure it isn't protected. That's right. That pawn was not protected by the queen and safe to
Hi.
capture.
Welcome in, Juice.
Which piece is safe to capture?
How does this guy... Wait, how does... This is straight. How does this guy move?
Your rook gets captured by the pawn.
I didn't mean to do that. I meant to click it. I guess this
Good
one.
choice. The queen was unprotected and safe to capture.
What is this? I already forgot. What is this, though? Are you supposed to be a fish? No, I'm an alien. I'm a nebula in training. I'm also a chess master in training. Yes, think I'll ever be a chess master. I don't have that set up. This is the first time I've ever played this game. I thought a mermaid. Oh no. You know we can't see you. What? You can't? Wait a minute, what? You should be able to see me.
Which piece should the white knight capture? Remember, knights can jump over other pieces. Your knight gets captured.
This one?
Exactly. The bishop was protected, so capturing the rook makes sense.
Oh.
When the king is threatened by another piece, it is in check, meaning the king could be captured if something isn't done next turn.
Okay.
Move your bishop to put the king in check. Good job. The king is in check and would be forced to move. Only one of your pawns can put the king in check. Which one is it?
This one.
That's right. Since pawns capture diagonally, checking the king is done in the same way.
Hold on, sorry about my dog. The little man's back. Adam, can you take care of that? Okay.
When your king is threatened, it has to get out of check on your next turn.
Okay.
Can you get out of check by moving your king? Nice. By moving the king, you've escaped check. Can you get out of check by capturing the queen?
By capturing the queen. Okay.
Sweet. By capturing the queen, you've escaped check.
Let me put my glasses on.
Can you get out of check by blocking with the rook? You've got it. The three ways to get out of check are to escape, capture, or block.
Okay.
If the king can't get out of check, that's checkmate, and the game is over.
The king can't get out of check. That's checkmate.
Checkmate your opponent's king with your rook.
Okay.
Great job. Their king can't capture, move, or block. That's checkmate. Can you find checkmate with one of your rooks? The king can escape check.
Hold on. Okay, we're good. Can you find checkmate? Okay.
The king can capture your rook.
This?
The king can capture your rook. The king can escape check.
Guys, I'm already stuck. What do I do?
That's the winning move. Their king has
Oh.
nowhere to run, and that's checkmate. Can you find checkmate? Remember, your king will protect your queen if you put it near it.
Okay.
Exactly. The black king can't capture your queen because your king would capture it back. That's checkmate. Castling is a special move that moves the king and rook at the same time. This is a great way to get your king to safety.
Castling king and rook at the same time.
Move your king 2 squares at once to the right and see what happens. Castling protects your king in the corner and brings your rook into the game. You can castle in either direction. Try moving your king 2 squares at once to the left. You got it. Castling is an important skill, but there are some rules to keep in mind. Castling requirements include your king and rook have never moved, you aren't in check, you won't enter check by castling, and the spaces between the two pieces are empty. In this position, your king can't castle to the left because it would move into check from the rook. However, your king is safe in the other direction. Practice castling to the right. Nice. In general, it's good to castle early in the game to keep your king safe.
We mastered the basics. Explore more beginner lessons and keep learning. Okay. Let's review some of the goals of chess to help you improve. Okay.
Let's review the key moves in chess. Captures, check, and checkmate. This is how you build a lead and win the game. Which piece can white capture?
This one?
Good choice. White captures the bishop. White's king is in check. How can you get to safety? Nice move. The king is safe there. The black bishop is checking white's king. What is white's best way out of check? Good choice. Capturing the bishop removes the attack on your king.
Are you guys learning?
White can check with the queen or with the rook. Which one is checkmate?
White can check with the queen or with the rook.
Nice work. That's checkmate. White has several checks, but only one is mate. Can you find it? There's a checkmate, but that's not it. Look at your checks and try again.
This
Checkmate, well done.
I don't think I understand that. You're on ads. What? My bad. I didn't realize an ad started. I can wait. Oh, you're back now?
Each chess piece has a value to help decide which captures are best. A pawn is worth 1 point. A knight is worth 3. A bishop is also worth 3. A rook is worth 5. The queen is worth 9. And the king is worth the whole game. Let's practice capturing the most valuable pieces. Your rook can capture the black queen, 9 points, or the black bishop by 3 points. Which capture is best?
The queen?
Good choice. The queen is definitely worth more than the bishop. Would you like to capture the knight, 3 points, or the rook, 5 points?
5 points? The rook. Right? Which one's this one, right? I know, that's the rook.
That's a great move. White goes from behind to ahead in 1 move. White has 2 possible captures here. Which one is best? Well done. White wins material and has a great position. Do you want to capture the black queen or the black rook? Check to see if either piece is defended.
Because the pawn.
Good choice. White wins a rook and should win the game. White has 2 possible captures. Which one is best?
White. This one?
Well done. White has a great position.
I think I'm learning. Find the right move is the key to winning games.
Each turn, you will want to
The
consider your
neurons
options
are
and your opponent's
activating.
options. You'll want
Yeah,
to
I
pay
think
particular
so,
attention to
actually.
checks, captures, and threats. How should white escape the check? Excellent. White captures the checking piece and wins an entire queen.
Hey, okay, let's go. I was
White's queen is
unsure
in
about
danger.
that.
How can you move the queen to safety and win the game? Great job delivering checkmate.
Yay! Wow, I'm feeling so smart right now. I know I won't feel smart when I'm playing an actual person and it's not a lesson that's set up for me.
Normally, we would develop more pieces, but white can already win material. What should you capture? Good idea. White already has a material advantage.
Okay.
How should white escape the check?
Wait.
Black wins the rook. Try to find a better way to block the check. Good choice. The knight is defended by the king, so white keeps a material advantage.
Wait, what? Why? I don't understand this one. Because can't they just take that then? I'm confused. Why does this work? Hi, CJ. It's been a minute. Thank you. Thank you for the Minecraft flower.
White wishes the black king would be in the h8 corner, so white could deliver a checkmate. Can you find white's best move in this position?
Black king would be in the hate corner. I'm always in the hate corner. I'm always hating. So white could deliver a checkmate. Can you find its best move? Hate. So we wish it was here.
Fantastic. The knight escapes the bishop's attack and forces black's king into the corner. Can you find white's winning move? Great job delivering checkmate.
Okay. I understand that one. BXF7 question mark QG3 pound sign question mark. Oh wait. Where are we? Oh, we're here.
Every square in chess has a name with vertical files from AH and horizontal ranks from 1-8. Each move is written with a letter for the piece and the square it moves to. Watch the video for more.
Why does he sound so tired?
In order to get better at chess, you will need to learn notation, which is often referred to as the language of chess.
Oh my god, no. No. I don't want to learn numbers. This is where you lose me. Please, don't make me. Don't make me.
Every square on the chessboard has a name, which is actually just its coordinates. As we mentioned before, each column is called a file. And
Numbers
each
are
row
not good
is
for
called
me.
a rank. Every file in chess is given a letter, starting with the letter A on the left side of the board and going all the way to the letter H on the right.
Okay, I
Every
understand.
rank is given a number, starting with 1 on the white side of the board and going up to the number 8 on the black side of the board.
Okay, I do understand
Each square is named by its coordinate pair. Let's meet some of the squares. This square in the lower left-hand corner is known as A1, Notice we identify it with the letter first and the number second. Let's take a look and see where the E file meets with the fourth rank. Notice the arrows point at E4.
Hold on. You know what the worst place that you'll ever be in a chessboard? B8, because that means you took the bait.
Let's draw a diagonal starting from A1 and go all the way up the board. Notice we land on the H8 square. And in between these squares, we see B2, C3, D4, E5, F6, and G7. Together, this is known as the A1 to H8 diagonal because the diagonal begins on A1 and ends on H8. Now that you've learned how to label each square on the chessboard, it's time to learn the notation of actual chess moves. Each piece has its own letter for chess notation. In this example, the king's letter is a capital K. With white to move, let's say the king is going to move to the E2 square. The way we describe that move is by saying the piece's letter first, which is capital K, then the square it moves to, E2. Remember, a piece always begins with a capital letter, and the square is always lowercase. So after the move, king E2, putting it all together, we say K, E2.
Kalala to E2.
Black wants to play king to D7. In this case, it's the same idea. Capital K, lowercase D7. So piece, then
but
square.
It's in black.
K, D7. We will use the same idea for all the other pieces. The rook is a capital R.
I gotta tell Wiley my chess joke. Hold on. Wiley! He'll love this. He'll love it more than anyone else. I know it. You know what the worst place you can be on a chessboard? B8, because that means you took the bait.
It's a good one.
Right? No one appreciated it.
What? Who didn't appreciate it? Who's in here?
No one said anything, but I just assumed.
Snow, that's a hilarious joke. The neurons are activating. Snow liked it.
Well, that was because I'm learning how to play chess. I made that up on the dome. Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
At least I'm smart on something.
Yeah. Back to it then.
Say hi to Wiley. Are you gonna stream?
Hi, Wiley.
Okay. Solid.
Thank you.
You're so funny.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
So
when a child is driving a little plastic pink Jeep.
Oh, the little girl.
Boy.
Oh. Usually it's the little girl.
Usually, yes. And they're in the middle of the street going less than a mile per hour, and you're behind them, and they just keep doing the 6-7 thing, throwing it up in the air, and you are moving a whole mile per hour.
Hold on. My button doesn't work.
Give a 6-7 button.
You like this?
It's something. You really gotta work on it.
Yeah.
But yeah. And they kept looking back at me like this, like... And I was like, in my head, like...
Yeah, they need to get better at, getting
I'm
out the street.
100 feet from my house, let me get there, and it took like 10 minutes to get down the little stretch right there.
Yeah, that is bad. But we can't do anything. We're
I
not their
know!
parents.
I was gonna lose it!
Are you gonna stream?
Yes, I'll probably stream today.
When?
I'll probably start now.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Are you gonna eat or anything? Everyone say hi, Wiley, by the way.
Probably should.
No one said hi.
Nobody wants to say hi to me, that's okay.
Usually they say it.
I don't know. What time are you getting off?
Like 5 minutes.
Oh. Maybe I'll eat with you and then I'll start streaming.
Okay. I just want to know if I was rating into you or not.
That's okay. I'll wait and I'll eat and then stream afterwards.
Okay.
If you guys want to see someone cool, Come by my stream later. Hello might appear.
Will I?
I don't know, maybe.
You'll hear me in the background, I guess. Alright, back to it. Okay. What?
Capital Q. The bishop, a capital B. The knight, however, is a little bit different. Since the capital K is already used for the king, we use...
You know where you want to end up on the chessboard? Here's another joke. You do a lot with the 8. Actually, I'll save it. No, chess notation is funny. Okay, I'm gonna finish it. It is your fate to end up at F8. Y'all like that?
use a capital N for the knight. For example,
If your name is Nate.
N
Sorry, okay, I gotta
E6.
stop.
Finally, you may think that pawns are a capital P. In this case, pawns are only written as the square that they move to. For example, after the move E4, the notation is simply the square the pawn moved to, E4.
Oh, that's
Now that you've
okay.
learned the language of chess,
That's
it's
kinda
your
crazy.
turn to practice using chess notation.
Alright. Start.
White wants to march a pawn up the board. Play A5.
White wants to march a pawn up the board. Play A5. This one.
Great job. You advance the pawn to A5.
Why do he sound like he echoed?
White would like to attack the B7 pawn by playing rook D7. How can you do that?
B7 pawn. By playing work.
You got it. White attacks the unprotected B7 pawn. White wants to cut the black king off from the fa file. Play rook F2.
File.
This move does not move the rook to F2. Try again.
Oh. Wait, what?
Great job. White's rook moves to F2. White can move 2 pieces to D8. Play queen D8. Great job. You move the queen to D8. White can move 2 knights to E4. Play the knight from the G file to E4, which is knight G-E4.
Wait, what?
Excellent. White moves the knight on the G file to E4 or knight G-E4.
Takeru, but the voice acting is super out of context. Yeah, like, he's sassy for no reason. I think we gotta quit here, though, for today. From here on, for a while, we'll play chess together. Would we... Okay, so let's talk about it. Should we play every day to end the stream? Or start the stream? Probably not start the stream because I feel like we have so much to do at the beginning of streams. I don't know. Or should we only play on Fridays? I'm down for end a stream. Do you guys want to watch or see it every stream? I've learned so much, and I wonder what I will keep in. Let's try a mini practice game together. Actually, let's do this last one, and then...
Watch the video for a complete game of chess played with all moves explained.
Okay.
You know
How
the
long is
rules
this?
and
3
how to
minutes?
play. But now it's time to see the ideas you have learned put into action in an actual game. In this game, we'll see how 2 pieces working together can
Let's
be a
do this
powerful
so we
force,
can play
and
a
that king
game before
surrounded
we
by
end,
pieces
and it's not just
isn't always safe. Let's take a look. White begins the game with E4, controlling the center and opening up lines for the queen and light-squared bishop. Black plays C6, a move we haven't seen yet. The idea is to prepare the move D5 on the next turn and attack the strong pawn on E4. White plays D4, controlling more space in the center and also opening up the dark-squared bishop. Black strikes back in the center with d5, threatening to capture the pawn on e4 on the very next move. When the opponent threatens to take one of our pieces, it's natural to feel worried. Remember, it's okay to make even trades, such as a pawn for a pawn. What you don't want is to give away your pieces for nothing. In this situation, white could push the pawn forward with e5, white could capture the pawn on d5,
But then
or,
you would
as in
have
the
it, right?
game, protect the pawn and develop a piece with knight to c3. After d takes e4, knight takes e4, white's knight recaptures the pawn and moves directly into the center. Black now plays knight to d7, developing a knight and also preparing the next move, knight g to f6, with the idea that if the knight gets captured, black is ready to recapture the knight, like that. The drawback to this move is the light-squared bishop is blocked, and also notice black's king has no moves. We'll take a look and see if that becomes a problem. White plays bishop to c4, activating the bishop to a powerful diagonal, and as you know, pointing at the weakest point in black's camp, f7. Black plays knight g to f6,
Why is that
attacking
the
white's
weakest?
knight, and white plays knight to g5, avoiding the knight's attack and joining the light-squared bishop in attacking the f7 square. In this position, black should play e6, blocking the light-squared bishop's path to the f7 square. But black does not have a sense of danger in the position and plays h6, attacking the knight and assuming that
It's the weakest because nothing but the king protects that pawn. Oh. Learning the fried liver? I don't want fried liver. What?
it's going to move backwards. Can you find the move that immediately wins the game for white? That's right. Bishop takes f7.
I'm gonna be honest, I did
White
not know
delivers checkmate, threatening to capture the king on the next turn, and notice black's king is surrounded, or should we say smothered, by its own pieces. It cannot escape the attack. You've learned a lot so far. Can you put your ideas into action?
What? Fried liver is funny, hard carries my games. So rough if they also know it. Oh, what I sung? Yeah, that wasn't the right tune at all. If you know what I'm... The reference, I don't know. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Let's prove it in the challenges.
Need to learn the London system. What? Start.
Let's start the game by advancing the e-pawn into the center.
E-pawn.
Great start. Black has played the Scandinavian defense, which allows you to capture a pawn. How can you do it? Well played. The only way for black to recapture is to bring the queen out early, where white can attack it, as we will see in the next challenge.
Okay.
How can white develop a piece and attack the black queen? There's a better option. Try again and look for a way to develop a piece and attack the black queen. There's a better option. Try again and look for a way to develop a piece and attack the black queen. There's a better option. Try again and look for a way to develop a piece and attack the black queen.
This is how Critical won against XQC, isn't it? Like, I don't remember.
Nice move. How can you centralize the other knight?
Why? Why is that a nice move? Centralize?
There's a better move. Try again and look for a way to develop another knight. There's a better move. Try again and look. Well played. White has developed both knights while all of black's pieces are still on the back rank.
Why would I want that? Kalala, it's me, Kid. One of your little starlings. Hi, Kid! You're not my little starling. You're my big starling. Kid is a good boy. Knight is covered, is developed, and force queen to move. Forces queen to move. Development.
How should white develop another minor piece to control the center?
Women can't play chess. Well, lucky for you, I'm not a woman. I'm a star. Also, you're a loser. But ladies can. Oh, well, I take that back. How should white develop another minor piece to control the center? This one?
There's a better option. Try again and look for a strong bishop move.
Oh, bishop. Bishop? This one?
Nice move. White continues to develop and is ready to possibly castle soon.
1200-ish. 1300. I like fast chess. I somehow am 1800 puzzles, though. What? That's crazy. I believe it. Rabbit on YouTube says he is a 13, or they are a 1300 ELO player, and they are 15. Do you believe them? White continues to develop and is ready to possibly castle.
How can white centralize the f3 knight and threaten a quick checkmate? There's a better move, Sharp. Try again and look for the perfect central square to place the f3 knight.
3.
Great move. We will see the end of the game in the next challenge. Black's last move was a huge mistake, and white can now win the game. Try to find a checkmate.
Digital Duke, this is my first time ever playing chess. Just to fill you in, or anyone that might be new. This is the first time I've ever touched this game. Like, actually, I know it. I know the history of it. I've studied why it was made and how it's evolved through time. However, I've never played it. Big brain Kalala here, making genius moves. Good job. Thank you. Kalala is the best at chess ever. Thank you. Black's last move was a huge mistake, and white can now win the game. Try to find a checkmate. What'd he do?
There's a checkmate, but that's not it. Try again and look for a way to win the game. A quick win and a well-played game.
Okay. I know nothing about history of chess. I saw a board game and learned it. Well, I studied it in college. That's the reason. Well, that's the first time ever playing. I don't think, I don't know. I didn't do too bad. Digital Duke, I have a great joke. I won't repeat it, though, because people's probably sick of it. I will say that if it's your first time, you're learning some, I'd say, intermediate stuff. I'm doing the lessons. Kalala has nice chess. Thanks. We are ending now. First day out of a lot of days. Our goal is 200 ELO. Kind of want to teach, but don't want to be a bother. No, actually, I do. I would like to be taught. So, do you have me on Discord? We should do a collab and you teach me how to play. I will take lessons from literally anybody.